All right, let's get right to it. The first lick, you are going to be using your third finger on the second string, and you're going to slide up from the 5th fret to the 7th fret. Now I'm using my fingers because that's just the way I like to do it. I'm using my thumb and my first finger. You can use a pick too. That third finger is going to slide up from the 2nd string, 5th fret, to the 7th fret. The way I do it is I use my first finger on the 1st string, 6th fret. You can use, if you want to, you can use your 2nd finger. That's a common 6-string guitar lick. For some reason, I like that first finger. So I'm using my 3rd finger on the 2nd string, sliding from 5 to 7. And then I'm using my 1st finger on 1/6. So when you're done with the lick, you should hear 2 notes sustaining. That one and that one. If you prefer to use your 2nd finger, that's fine too. It just feels weird for me, not sure why. I guess I've been playing that lick that way on my 6th string for years. All right, so after we do that slide up and hit that note, you're gonna hit the 2nd string on the 7th fret and slide back down to the 5th fret. So as soon as you go up, you're going back down again. Then you're going to pull off. It's all one quick movement. So after the slide up, let's break it down into 2 pieces. You got the slide up. Then you're going to go back down. It's all one quick movement. It's a little bit tricky. You're sliding up, back down again. That's a backward slide. All the way back to a pull off from the 3rd fret to the 2nd fret. So real slow, 3rd finger, slide up, hit the 1st string. Sliding down, 3rd finger, from the 7th fret to the 5th fret, pulling off from that note to your 1st finger on the 3rd fret. We're on the 2nd string for this whole slide down part. The slide up part, obviously, we're going to hit that 1st string. But from here, I'm picking the note or the string 1 time. Everything else is a slide down, pull off. So the first one's a pull off, slide down, pull off to 0. So you're sliding that 3rd finger, or pulling I should say, the 3rd finger down to the 1st finger from the 7th fret to the 1st. As soon as you do that, just slide that finger down. Don't pick it. Now there's one more pull off. So it's ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da. All right, whole thing. That's your 3rd string, 3rd fret. Back to the 2nd string, 0. Open 2nd string. The whole thing. And it's all mashed together. Ooh, I missed that one. Missed that one too. What I would do is play that for 3, 4, 5 minutes nonstop. If you don't have good calluses, your fingers will hurt, guaranteed. I would wait till you get good calluses, wait a day or two, play it as much as you can until your fingers start to hurt, and then pick it up again tomorrow, and then pick it up again tomorrow, and then pick it up again the day after that, if you don't have good calluses, because these are some pretty good slides. Thankfully, we're mainly sliding on a non-wound string, but still, that might be a little bit painful. I can't even feel the tips of my fingers. I haven't been able to feel the tips of my fingers in many years because I play guitar every day. But when you do that slide, that's going to toughen up your fingers. All right, again, that's the first part. Second part, pull off. All right, the next part is pretty easy, thankfully. So I'm doing the open string, the open chord, which is a G. Up, down, up, down. So I'm going from 0 to 3 to 5, back to 0. Ba-da, 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 ba-da. So the whole song has that shuffle. So let's go to that second part. Or actually third part, fourth part, I don't know. Part 6.2. So what I'm doing there is hammering on the third string, third fret to the 5th fret, starting with my first finger. You've probably done that a trillion times on your fretted 6th string, right? Now we're going to jump up to the 2nd string, 7th fret. Pull that off from your 3rd finger. And then slide that down. So far we have. Slide that down to 0. That's 0. No fingers at all. That's your G chord. 3rd fret, 5th fret, open. So the whole thing all together. Whoops. Now for the next part. It just keeps on going. It's kind of a derivative of the first part, so don't freak out. We're going to start up again on the same thing. All that, except the last chord, is the same as what we did before. Except we go to the 5th fret and bar all the way across. That's going to be your G, A, B, C note, or chord. Once again, same lick from the very beginning of the song. Except we hit that chord on the 5th fret. So far we have up, so that's your 5th fret, 8th fret, 10th, 5th. Now we do that same lick we did before. Now for the last one. Now I'm on the, what is that? 7th fret. So you can see there's lots of little licks here. Some of them are similar. All of them start out with this. Here's the first one. The second one. That's that same lip we did before. Now we're going to do this. So there's lots of little bitty pieces there. Generally speaking, the way I usually interpret this is he's playing the same riff for each of the 3 chords of the blues. So for every that's all the 1 chord, right? It's really a lot more than just 1 chord, but basically that's the gist of it. Then he goes to the 4 chord, the 4, the 5, 5, 5, 5, the 1, 1, 1, the bum, bum, bum. I don't know if that makes much sense, but he's basically playing a kind of a long riff for the 1, a long riff for the 4, a long riff for the 1 again, and then a long riff for the 5, a long riff for the 4, and a long riff for the 1. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's the gist of the chord progression on this song. After that, when he sings, when he starts singing, boom, 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 I'm gonna shoot you right down, right off of your feet. So what he's doing there is just open, 3, 5, open. That's G, A sharp, C. Then he does, that's your 5, your 8, and your 10. 5, 8, 10. Back to the 1. So he's doing the same repetitive riff when he sings the song. So it's boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna shoot you right down, right off of your feet, and take you home with me. Put you in my house. Boom, 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 boom. I like the way you strut up and down the floor. You knock me out right off of my feet. Boom, 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 boom. How, 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 how. How, 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 how. So I'm staying on the 1 there and I'm doing the boogie. It's a 3 chord vamp, but it's still all considered the 1 chord, which is G, even though I'm doing A sharp, C, G. After a little while, he stops doing that boogie and he just kind of improvises. So let me show you a couple licks you can play. So I do a lot of this. I'm using my thumb. You can use your pick or your first finger. Sometimes I'll do up strums, but basically what I'm doing is the 2nd string open. I'm going to the 3rd fret, and then the 3rd string open, going to the 3rd fret back to open, and then the 4th string. So you can play that 1st string, 3rd fret, 1st fret. You can play open, and then you can play the second string, third fret. Third string, third fret. Fourth string, third fret. Now, let me stop just for a second here. Every now and then, John Lee, who was not trained in playing guitar, he trained himself. He didn't know some theory, so he would hit some wrong notes. Technically, that note is not in the scale. Doesn't sound wrong, does it? Sometimes he played that first fret. So let me show you a couple little boogie things you can do here. I'm not using a pick right now. I'm using my fingers, but I'm acting as if I have a pick. So the strings are basically, I'm strumming with the two fingers, my thumb and my first finger. And these are clamped together as if I had a pick in my hand. I just like how it sounds and how it feels. You can use a pick if you want. What I'm doing is I'm accenting. So I'm going. I'm also muting with this hand. So real slow, here's a couple boogie things you can do. So I'm muting with this hand. This is a little tricky at first. Once you get it, you'll be like, why was that so hard? So what I'm doing is, I don't know if you can see that, I'm pressing down the second string on the third fret. And then I'm muting with these fingers after I strum. And I've got the reverb on the amp, so it kind of floats in the air for a second. So what I'm doing here, I'm playing that second string first finger. I'm muting by dropping these fingers across the big strings, the top two. So I'm basically strumming all the strings. You can even strum that first string. So what I'm doing is, can you see that? Unmuted, muted. My first finger is still on that string. For some of you who've been playing guitar for a while, you've probably been doing this for many years. So slow-mo. These fingers come down after my first finger because my first finger is fretting a note and these fingers are muting it later. Just speed that up. I'm muting every strum. I'm muting with that hand, not the strum hand. Once you get the hang of it, it's super easy. Well, just like anything in life. First finger's on the first string, third fret. Thumb's doing nothing but killing, every now and then, killing the G string. So my thumb is kind of opening up and letting the G string, the big G, ring out. I'm kind of muting sometimes with my thumb, sometimes with my finger. Just kind of mess around with it till you come up with something cool. I do this all the time, every single gig I play. I play this in some fashion, in some song or other. I'm basically playing 5-3-0, 5-3-0, 5-3-0, 5-3-0. 5-3-0, 5-3-0, 5-3-0, 5-3-0. So that's a little boogie. finger to the 3rd fret. And then play your open chord, up, down. And mute with that hand. Do a lot of muting with that hand. Did I say do a lot of muting with that hand? Do a lot of muting with that hand. Do a lot of muting with that hand. I do a lot of muting with this hand too, with the palm. It's a little harder for me on the little dinky body of the cigar box guitar. I do it a lot on a full-bodied guitar. So that's the freeform boogie. So once you get to the end of the verse, and you do the boogie part, so what am I doing here? I'm doing that swinging beat, muting with that hand. I'm muting with that hand, not this hand. You can do this hand too, but to do this particular technique, this is what I'm doing. I'm hitting that 1st string. This is all improv. The last 15 minutes of this lesson has been the improv portion of the song. Fretting that 1st string, then muting all. I'm only fretting that 1st string. 5th fret now, but then I mute the whole thing. 1st string, I'm fretting with that 1st string, I'm not fretting with the other fingers at all, or 1st finger, not fretting with the other fingers at all. Just kind of mess around. I sped up a whole lot, which John Lee did that too. So the song starts out, you know, but when he gets to the boogie, much faster. But you can keep it the same tempo if you like. That's your tried and true pentatonic on the open G. Go to the 4th and kind of continue that chord progression and do the boogie, go up to the 5th chord or 5th fret. Just using my pinky and 1st finger, barring with my 1st finger. Pinky is just kind of randomly hitting notes. You'll know the ones you like. You'll know the ones you don't like. Some of them sound better than others. Just experiment, do your thing. Folks, have fun with that. We'll see you next time.